Greetings and salutations everyone, this is No Code Gaming. I'd like to welcome you back to another Master Duel video. And here we are with what seems to be, well, for sure, gonna be the next festival, the Anti-Spell Festival. So we finally have a Pendulum Focus Festival, as well as a Trout Focus Festival, as well as a Jinzo Focus Festival. But I digress. Let's look at the rewards for this festival, as that's what everyone will be playing for. And here we are with the rewards. From the looks of it, doing a quick count using my genius math skills, that's about 1900 gems, which seems to be on par with what we get via play rewards. And of course, above those 1900 gems, we will also get what seems to be a pretty decent looking field part, Loops of Destruction, assumably tied to the Ring of Destruction trap card. So that's on point. You get this at 5500 medals, and of course, getting to 22,000 medals, we get the Anti-Spell Festival. Everything in between will be gems or legacy pack tickets, so par for the course there. And we're now also back with loner decks. We have three main ones. And here we are with the first loner deck, Overlord of the Dimension Dragons. This is a pendulum center deck centered around getting y'all boy Zark on the field. This can be done by, well, doing the normal thing where you just fusion him. However, with the release of Soul of the Supreme King, you are now able to special summon Zark without the hassle of fusion. Additionally, Soul of the Supreme King allows you to banish your Zark to get the Zark materials from your deck, so things like Double Iris Magician, Black Fang Magician, White Wing Magician, and Purple Poison Magician. You are able to summon these from your deck, hand, or GY using the effect of Soul of the Supreme King, its secondary effect. You now have the required materials in order to fusion summon into a legitimate Zark. So you can now live your dream of being the villain of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5... No, not Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Yu-Gi-Oh! What's the series? What's the series? Arc 5, there we go. Not 5Ds, this is Arc 5. And how do you go about fusion summoning? Well, you have Chronograph and you have Astrograph Sorcerer as your ways to special summon a Zark. Particularly with Astrograph Sorcerer, you can banish this card you control plus 4 monsters in your hand, field, and or GY. So that's the offending Magician Dragon monsters, and special summon a Zark that way. Additionally, we also have Chronograph Sorcerer that can do the same thing. So you have 2 methods of fusion summoning a boss monster of a Zark. But other than that, the deck also has basically, it is a quote-unquote pendulum focused deck, so you can have quite a bit of nuance with playing it. I'm actually really excited for this deck because I like the idea of like the big boss dragon monster being the main villain, so I'm gonna be excited to learn this deck. The one thing I don't want to do though is learn how to play pendulums, because pendulum combos just make my brain go a bit wonky. But I digress. I'm really excited to play this deck. I would probably rank this deck second or third most powerful, mainly because big dragon. I like big dragons. And here we are with the second loner deck, and just looking at it, I just realized that the deck runs Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, and I feel like this might be the go-to deck for loner decks, because Dinomorphia is quite powerful. So let's see what the deck has to offer. Well, it has the basic dinosaur package, so Baby Sarah and Tetranodon needed to search out your big dinos like Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Geez, why are you here? As well as Soul Eating Oviraptor as one of your enablers. But yeah, so you have the big beat stick of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, as well as the other big beat stick of Dinomorphia Kentragina. Basically, Dinomorphia deck is a counter trap centered focused deck. and it's there to disrupt your opponents. However, it is very much a high risk, high reward gameplay style. So if you feel a bit uneasy getting to like below 1000 life points, you might have a hard time like accepting what this deck does. But other than that, it is a very, very good deck. The only thing that I don't like seeing is the lack of other counter trap cards, because I know one of the go-to for Dynamorphia is, I believe it is Ferret Fire or something along those lines. This card. And what this card does is like basically clear your opponent's field of monster cards, and it gets around so much protection. I wish it was there, but it's not played, I guess, in this loner deck. But oh, I'm actually really excited to play this because I do like I have played some dinosaur decks in the older Yu-Gi-Oh video games, and yeah, I finally get to try dinosaurs out. Really excited for this. I actually rate this as probably the most powerful loner deck if you are able to get around the playstyle of Dynamorphia. And this is also the more Unga Bunga deck, so if you like just playing straight beatdown to get your medals, like fast wins, as well as like high risk gameplay, this might be for you. So most powerful loner deck currently, in my opinion. And here we are with the last loner deck. It seems to be a Perform Pal, and it seems like I was wrong. So it's an Amazement deck, not a Perform Mage. Oh, it's a Perform Mage deck, not a Perform Pal deck. Okay, so let's look at the very first card. I've never seen Amazement like played before, so let's see what it does. So it is a trap focused deck from the looks of it, using attractions as traps. And let me guess, each of them has two effects and is basically modular. So target one Amazement monster you control or one face-up monster your opponent controls. Equip this card to it. You can only apply, okay, and then if you equip to a monster, it gets 500, and if it would be destroyed, send this card to the GY instead. So destruction, protection, and attack boost. And then if you equip this to your opponent, equipped monster loses 500 for each of your attraction traps equipped to a monster. So it's a more control-y type deck. I honestly want to give this deck a try. It's just, it looks really really unique. And yeah, actually, okay. Oh, plus it has a Time Thief Redoer. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually interested in playing this deck. It seems cool. The attraction mechanic seems pretty unique, so excited to try that. Yeah, sure, I might consider this the weakest of the loner decks, but it also seems to be the most interesting. So I would maybe suggest this loner deck if you want to play something a bit more different than standard Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I thought I would not like this deck, but looking it over, I have no idea what most of these like in archetype cards do, but I'm gonna try to learn them. Yeah, okay. Maybe weakest loner deck, who knows? I was surprised when I played Earth Machines. I might be surprised when I play this. And last but not least, the Forbidden and Limited list. Let's see here. So we have Forbidden, a lot of the self-OTK cards, thank God. The barrier statues, always nice to see those banned. So basically a ton of floodgates, like Fossil Dyna, Denko Sekka. I was actually really interested in playing Denko Sekka in this format, however, since most cards will be trap cards or pendulum cards. But Jinzo is not banned. Like, if you're gonna ban Denko Sekka, you should ban Jinzo as well. If you're not going to ban Jinzo, you should unban Denko Sekka. Come on, Konami, give me my anti-set card. I like Denko Sekka. Mahama seems a bit weird. I think it's there just in case for not self OTK, but for burn strategies. So Mahama has been banned because of burn strategies. Mech Goku N, of course, that's self OTK. Self OTK, self OTK, Bravery Soul. Oh, that's just to, okay. Bravery Soul is just to limit stall decks, but Bad Luck Blast is also stall deck. Royal Decree, Rivalry of Warlords, Skill Drain, Wall of Revealing Lights. Oh, that's self OTK. So then a ton of the trap based floodgates have been banned, so that's good to see. Let's look at limited. Tri-Brigade Revolt makes sense. You don't want Tri-Brigade to be too strong. Solemn Judgment at 1. That is surprising. I thought they would semi-limit Solemn Judgment, but I guess because it's at 1, a lot of like Dynamorphia won't be as strong, because I guess they don't want Dynamorphia to be too strong. That's why they didn't include it. And Eradicating Epidemic Virus. Tribute 1 Dark Monster with 2500 or more attack. Declare 1 type. Oh, so that's an anti-trap card. I might have to include this in some of the decks I'm playing. Time Lord sort of got nerfed as well from the looks of it, as Secret Blast, Secret Barrel, and Ring of Destruction, as well as Sandeon, the Time Lord, have been semi-limited. But Time Lords is, for once, playable in a festival once again. And of course, Solemn Strike is at 2. Anyways, that's it for the limited and banned list. I'm actually surprised at this list. It gimped some of the more annoying decks to play against, but it didn't fully limit some of the cheese strategies I know some people will do. Like, I know Numeron's not going to be here, but Nurse Burn is technically viable. You won't get a good opening hand with Nurse Burn, but it's technically playable. Yeah, it's a very 8 or 7 out of 10 ban list in my opinion, but yeah. And now for the 3 decks I am planning to bring to this event. We have Hate Bearers, or the 8-axis deck I'm planning to play. Standard 8-axis mixed with some Sword Soul. I know that a recent list was posted on Master Duel Meta where Sword Soul was splashed with 8-axis, so I'm excited to try this deck. The only thing is I've replaced some of the key cards with some pretty decent trap cards, so good to run those. Probably look forward to a video about this deck in the future. Next deck for the event. Technically Time Lords is allowed, and if you're gonna let me play Time Lords, I'm gonna be playing Time Lords. So this deck is of course more of a trap-centric burn version of the deck. Ooh, I forgot. No, Secret Blast. No, Bad Luck Blast has been banned. Never mind. I was planning to add it. But, so main deck, standard, Maxi, Ash Blossom, what have you. And of course, the fun Time Lords. One thing, there's also that one Time Lord that bounces back spell and traps. I'm not sure how strong this will be, because I'm not sure if if more people will be playing Pendulum or Trap Focus decks. But we'll see. This deck might change depending on how the games I play with it are. And here we are with the 3rd deck, Adamantippators. Yeah, Adamantippators didn't really go anywhere. It's just a really, really strong deck still. Gonna be a grind to play with and play against, so I pity my opponent when they decide to combo off. But anyways, let's see what we have here. Oh look, it's a standard Adamantipator deck. So for those of you who have not played Adamantippators, its entire gimmick is special summoning rock monsters from your deck by excavating the top 5 cards, and then synchro summoning, or basically link summoning into big omni negates of monsters. So it's a decent deck. This is very, very much a combo centric deck. So if you've played any amount of combo, this deck might be for you. And I don't want to say this, but it is quote unquote relatively cheap, as long as you have a lot of the main staples from other decks. Like, the only cards that are fully crafted for this are technically all the Adamantipator cards, the Kaoki Meru cards, Block Dragon, and Adamantipator Arisen Dragite. Everything else is technically shareable between a ton of other decks. Oh, this is going to be interesting. And then, of course, I'm going to try to find a way to played Dragon Maids in this event, but that's just me. Anyways, like if you really like the video, subscribe if you so desire, and have a great rest of your day. And I guess have fun not being able to play any spells for a while.